Frankie wants to stay at Barca. And let me say that the situation is pretty clear since June. Frankie has always been clear. He wants to continue at Barcelona. So this is why Chelsea are not submitting a proposal until they know that Frankie is not changing.
Hey guys, back with another video. Today we're discussing why Frankie de Jong has not joined Manchester United yet. Manchester United fans will lie to you and tell you that the only reason why Frankie de Jong is not joined is because of deferred wages. Now, deferred wages might play a small part in it, but there's two things they like to ignore. Two facts that has been stated by well-scholared reporters, people who's in the know. Fact number one, Frankie de Jong does not want to leave Barcelona. Fact number two, Frankie de Jong will not take a pay cut. And fact number three, since I'm thinking about it, there's three, Frankie de Jong wants to play Champions League football. Manchester United is not Barcelona. Manchester United will not pay Frankie de Jong what he's earning now. And Manchester United does not have Champions League football. So now the argument is, why would Manchester United waste a whole season on a player if they know the player does not want to come? That's an extremely good question. And I will answer, this is Manchester United. They will waste all their energy on transfers. This has happened before. Cesc Fabregas at Barcelona, it has happened. Sergio Ramos at Real Madrid, this has happened. Where Sergio Ramos used Manchester United to get a better deal from Real Madrid. The same for Cesc Fabregas. This has happened. And what I think is happening now is Barcelona does not want to sell Frankie de Jong. But what Barcelona will do is that they will use Manchester United to negotiate Frankie de Jong down. Not from his deferred wages because they need to pay that, but to restructure his deal. You see, the problem that most Manchester United fans do not understand is that it's not as much the money being paid, it's in the way it's being paid. You see, you can structure a contract in which way you like. The problem for Barcelona is their wage bill is too high. So what do? You can bring the players' wages down by 50%. So on your books, on your accounting books, when you go to your wages and everything, let's say a player earns 100 euros a week and you have a wage bill problem. What do? You bring the player's salary down to 50%. But you increase his bonuses by 50%. Meaning the player still earns the same amount of money. He just needs to do it through bonuses. On the wage bill will be much lower because that's the regulations of La Liga. The regulations of La Liga states that there's a salary cap, there's a wage bill cap. So all the clubs needs to adhere to this standard. All the clubs in La Liga can do this. All they need to do is lower the wages and increase the bonuses. Make it something that you can achieve. Because bonuses and salary is two different things. And I know Manchester United fans don't understand this. So, if you earn, let's say, Frankie de Jong earns 100 euros. And they are offering him 50 euros. That's his salary. That's his basic salary. And they offer him $20. Let's say they're offering him 20 euros for an appearance. Remember, that's not his salary, that's a bonus. So his salary still remains 50 euros. But he's getting a 20 euros for just an appearance. And let's say there's another 30 euros for playing 60 minutes. So, at the end of the day, Frankie de Jong still earns 100 euros, but it's in a different way. It does not affect the wage bill of the club. Now you can say that this is not guaranteed. And that's the argument. I think that is the hang-up with this deal with Barcelona. The club wants to bring the wages down. And they will obviously increase the bonuses. The problem is Frankie de Jong needs bonuses that's guaranteed. And that's the only reason why Frankie de Jong is not moved. So my question now is, and it's a good question some of the United fans have asked, why did United pursue this so aggressively? Why have Manchester United pursued this deal so aggressively, not knowing if the player wants to come? Surely if they pursued it so aggressively, they had to know that, look, Frankie de Jong wants to come to our club. Or why else would you attempt to sign a player if he did not give you that commitment? And this is the problem we're having here. Manchester United looks like a mess. Most of the players and most of the fans are just out of their minds because they cannot make sense of it. But this is the facts. This is why this deal has not gone through. You have a player who does not want to leave. You have a club who's pushing, and you have another club who's using the other club for leverage in a negotiation. And you know a player wants to stay at your club. It's like you having two girlfriends, or you have a girlfriend and there's another one that wants you. You use that other one that wants you as leverage. Do you understand how this works? This is why this deal has not gone through. It's all games, and United is being played like pawns. And yet again in the transfer window they look clueless. They're the so-called big club. They are big club in name only, because they don't behave like a big club. Because what other big club will get humiliated like they are now? What United should have done with the Frenkie de Jong deal was to ask Frenkie de Jong, look, do you want to leave the club? Yes or no? If he says he's open, you ask him for his personal terms, you give it to him, if it's in a reasonable request. And then you go to the club and you say, look, we want your player, blah blah blah, we will negotiate on this and this. So that's a great deal is done. But you do that, you leave it there, and then you move on. There's other targets. Manchester United doesn't even have a midfield. So you cannot just focus on the one player. You need to focus on multiple facets of your midfield. You need the 6, you need the 8, you don't need the 10, you actually have too many 10s there. But you need players who's up and down, who will help out the defense.